Hello everyone, it's Nen from Insightful Vibrations. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel, and if you have, thank you so much. I also would appreciate you liking and sharing this video if you see it fit to do so. So this is your forecast for the week of June 5th to 11th, 2017. And we will begin first with astrology and some cards for everyone. And then we will continue with your particular zodiac sign. So what's happening in astrology? Well, this is a great week in one sense because we have Jupiter coming out of retrograde motion on June 9th. But on the same day, we have a full moon in Sagittarius at 18 degrees. So let's ferret through this information and see what kind of energies we may expect to have to deal with. Full moons, as usual, represent some kind of culmination, a culmination of events that occurred usually on the preceding new moon. And this time we're looking at what occurred on the new moon of May 25th. And so the same issues may have to be dealt with again and processed within the 2 weeks that follow this full moon of June 9th. Just to give you some indication, there may be a battle of polarities here. You know, women versus men, mother versus father, male versus female, however you wish to word it. These can result in general discord or in some pretty hot and heavy arguments. So in addition to that, we also have a lot of emotionality and some, pretty intense feelings. We have the moon squaring Neptune, which can lead to some moodiness generally. And then for some, maybe a feeling of sadness or even a feeling of confusion that there's not enough clarity in the issues that were brought up at the time of the full moon once again. And with the moon also in a conjunction aspect with Saturn, there may be feelings of insecurity and indecision to deal with. Then we have Jupiter turning direct in Libra on the same day, June 9th, and Jupiter is aligned with the star set Vendemiatrix. This star is also known as the star of the widowhood. Don't let this scare you. It could pose for some separation from people with their partners through either fate or circumstances. But it could also mean a physical separation, such as working or living at greater distances. It could mean something more difficult, such as the ending of a relationship through separation or otherwise. It does not have to mean separation by death. It does not have to be a permanent separation, but it can be. And with the grand trine with Saturn, Uranus, and the North Node working together to smooth things over a little bit, on the same day we can look at new ways to contribute to humanity. And this might serve as a good distraction for everything else that's going on, because we are going to have to ferret through some relationship issues. I've looked at the Arabic parts as well. And those are calculated parts in astrology. And basically we have some amazing aspects that are actually confirmed by these cards that I drew from the Lenormand Gilded Reverie deck. And these cards I drew, of course, for everyone. The main card, which is the Ring, card number 25, is also the Ace of Clubs. And this basically is a card that talks about new contracts, new commitments, bringing things into a fresh start mode, really accelerating things. And I really like the freshness of this ring, and I think that'll characterize, the period of June the 5th to 11th quite nicely. There will be a lot of opportunities, especially in business or for other money-making ventures. But we also have the female number 29, or woman, and she also represents the Ace of Spades. And of course this also can represent some issues with contracts with women or commitments with women, but the woman does not necessarily have to be a woman. It could represent people in this general sense as well. And of course this could mean a little bit of discord with the Ace of Spades there. Then we have the Fishes, and number 34 is also the King of Diamonds. And the King of Diamonds can represent a person who is an earth sign, someone who's very stable and sincere, someone who's very you know, a good confidant, let's say. And the fishes also represent abundance, and also, you know, an abundance of opportunity for business or commercial transactions. So there seems to be a lot of activity, and one could also think that there may be a lot of fish in the sea in terms of dating opportunities as well. But let's not get carried away, because we also have card number 7, the snake, which also represents the Queen of clubs. And the snake cautions us, because the snake is talking about, you know, some kind of competition or rivalry. Sometimes it can mean outright sabotage. Sometimes it can mean dishonest behavior, complications, indecision, as I mentioned from the astrology, and sometimes even trickery. So if you're out and about this week in all aspects of life, I would caution you to really, you know, watch for cues or clues as to any of those kinds of things, where if something doesn't feel right, maybe it isn't. Maybe just be careful about committing to something or someone if you're not sure. And for this reason as well, there may be some revelation of betrayal or rivalry, and that may cause relationships or business sort of arrangements to falter as well. So we do need to take some extra precautions in this sense. But what the Arabic parts are saying is exactly that, that there's a lot of good business opportunities, especially for sales or striking new deals in commerce. And there's also a lot of opportunities for forming new bonds. So even though the full moon is more about, you know, endings sometimes, it also can bring to fruition something that you want to complete, which is a very important part of the full moon energies. And if you were thinking of asking someone to marry you or solidifying a relationship in some other way, this is an excellent week to do that, because whatever doesn't work, trust me, it won't work on the night of the full moon, but whatever is worth saving will also be worth committing to. I'd just like to caution all of us as well that there may be some danger around this week. And part of that seems to be danger from trickery, danger from earth sort of events. So, you know, cataclysmic earth events, earthquakes, windstorms, like tornadoes, cyclones, hurricanes, that kind of thing. And of course, because I'm gleaning this from the Arabic parts and also looking at the fixed stars as well, this applies to all of us on the planet Earth as well. So I haven't done a detailed analysis of what parts will be affected, but there is a lot of earth movement or earth changes or weather events, that kind of thing. And there's also potential for a lot of aggression as well this week. So do take care wherever you are. Always sort of, you know, be very extra vigilant in this day and age, and all should be well. So let's move on to your individual zodiac sign forecast. So here's what the cards have to say for all you Pisces, sun sign, moon sign, rising sign folks. Your week is quite good. You've got the tree characterizing it, and that's all about family and dealing with family issues. It brings a sense of joy, optimism, and good health. There is a little bit of a glitch, though, and that is that a person who is a male or possibly a father figure, a grandfather figure, somebody who stood in the shoes of your father, that kind of person may suffer some intestinal or digestive type of woes. I feel that a lot of this has to do with you know, just eating improper food or maybe over drinking, that kind of thing. So I think that, you know, you can help restore their health, and I don't see anything permanently damaging here, but I do feel that your intervention will be required, and you may have to resort to getting them on the right path health-wise. For some of you, I feel that there may be some damage to your home or home area or something around your home. This could be in the form of elemental or weather damage or even wear and tear over time. For example, the sun has blanched out and chipped the paint on your, you know, outdoor furniture, or on the siding on your house, or perhaps there's been too much rain and there's been a little bit of flood damage because the sump pump hasn't kept up, or that kind of thing may happen. I do caution you that anything that does need to be looked into should be looked into this week, because that's how you'll prevent greater damage, and I do see things working out well in the long run. I also feel that, you've got a lot of loyal friendships around you this week. So you may have a Leo or a Cancer person, or somebody that is really romantic around you this week. And in fact, you may decide to turn a good friend into a lover, or to turn a good friend who you've been dating, into a marriage partner, or you may start to live together. There's definitely some decision making that you have to do. And Pisces, you're as bad as Libras when it comes to decisions, I think. You really, really weigh the options so much that sometimes you take too long to do it. And this week, I caution you about that. Don't take forever. Just make a reasoned estimation of what you need to do, and then if there is any concerns, obviously don't take those steps. But if there aren't any concerns, and you're just succumbing to fear, anxiety, and worry, then really put that aside and see if you can make a decision on that basis of strict facts. I do feel for some of you, somebody will be leaving your life. Now, this could be a separation of parents, it could be a separation of neighbors or good friends, but I do feel people will be parting ways. Now, it doesn't have to be for bad reasons. It could be that they're leaving for a work or a location or a school location, they're taking separate vacations, or it could be something of marital discord that you hear about, and it may very well be awkward, but I do feel it is for the best if it happens. So keep that in mind as you navigate the week. Also keep in mind that money is very good. The vibe for new contracts, new work, new customers, all of that is extremely good. And if you're involved in anything to do with the sun, like sun sign astrology, or just generally looking at the the energy healing, that kind of thing, I think you'll have a very busy week, and I think it'll be very lucrative for you. So enjoy the week, Pisces.